How to analyze a stock in 10 minutes, a beginner's fundamental checklist. Can an everyday investor learn enough in 10 minutes to avoid weak companies? Yes, but no ratio can guarantee that a stock will rise. A quick review can still help you identify companies worth researching and spot major warning signs. In this video, I'll show you a 5-part checklist for US stocks. This is educational information, personalized investment advice. Every investment involves risk. First, use reliable information. Do not rely only on social media, stock screener, or your brokerage app. U.S. public companies file annual reports called 10K reports and quarterly reports called 10Q reports. They file 8K reports when important events occur. You can find them free through the SEC's EDGAR database or the company's investor relations page. Number 1. Understand how the business makes money. Ask 3 questions. What does the company sell? Who pays for it? Why would customers choose it instead of a competitor? A stock represents ownership in a business. If you cannot explain that business in 2 or 3 clear sentences, then you probably do not understand the investment yet. Open the 10K report and identify the main products, markets, customers, and revenue sources. Then scan the risk factors section. Look for dependence on one product, customer, supplier, or country. Strong growth can hide a dangerous single point of failure. Number 2. Check revenue, profit, and margins. Look at least 3 to 5 years when possible. One great quarter is not a long-term trend. Start with revenue. Is the company selling more over time? Then examine operating income and net income. Are profits growing with sales, or are expenses rising even faster? Next, review diluted earnings per share. Total profit may increase while earnings per share barely moves if the company keeps issuing new stock. Also check operating margin, which shows how much operating profit is produced from each dollar of revenue. Stable or improving margins may suggest efficiency or pricing power. Falling margins may signal higher costs, discounting, competition, or operational troubles. Real businesses experience recessions, product cycles, and temporary setbacks. Look for a healthy long-term direction and a believable explanation when it changes. Number 3. Examine return on equity, but never be itself. Return on equity, or ROE, compares net income with shareholder equity. It asks how effectively the company uses shareholders' capital to generate profit. A strong or improving ROE can be encouraging when compared with direct competitors. But high ROE is not automatic proof of a great business. Heavy debt can reduce equity and make ROE look unusually high. Share buybacks can also affect the calculation. That is why ROE should be examined based on operating margin, debt, and cash flow. Industry comparison is essential. A bank, software company, and steel producer have different economics, so one universal target does not work. Number 4. Test the balance sheet. A profitable company can still struggle if it cannot meet its obligations. Begin with the current ratio, current assets divided by current liabilities. It provides a quick view of whether the company appears able to cover near-term obligations. A result above 1 may look reassuring, but there is no perfect ratio for every industry. Different businesses manage working capital differently. Next, Review cash, total debt, debt to equity, and interest coverage. Ask whether debt is rising faster than revenue and profit. Check whether operating earnings comfortably cover interest expense. Debt can help a healthy company expand. The danger comes when debt rises, cash flow weakens, and refinancing becomes more expensive. Number 5. Follow the cash and shareholder ownership. Accounting profit matters, but cash pays employees, suppliers, lenders, and investors. Review cash flow from operations. Is the core business consistently producing cash? Then look at capital expenditures, the money spent on factories, equipment, stores, data centers, and other long-term assets. Operating cash flow minus capital expenditure is commonly used as a basic estimate of free cash flow. Growing free cash flow gives a company flexibility to reduce debt, repurchase shares, pay dividends, and make acquisitions. It can also invest in growth. A company investing heavily may temporarily have weak free cash flow. Ask whether that spending is creating stronger future revenue and profits. Now examine shareholder equity over several years. Is equity increasing because the business is retaining earnings and building value? Or is it shrinking because of losses, write-downs, excessive debt, or aggressive buybacks? Check diluted shares outstanding too. If the share count keeps rising, investors may be diluted. The company can grow while each shareholder owns a smaller percentage. After these checks, compare valuation with competitors. The P/E ratio tells you how much investors are paying for each dollar of earnings. The price-to-sales ratio compares market value with revenue and may help when profits are smaller or inconsistent. Price-to-book compares market value with accounting book value. It is often more useful for banks, insurers, and asset-heavy companies than for software-based businesses. Most importantly, compare companies in the same industry. Never assume the stock with the lowest multiplies the best bargain. A low valuation may reflect declining earnings, weak management, lawsuits, obsolete products, or an industry in permanent decline. That is a value trap. The stock looks cheap because the business is getting worse. Here is the checklist. Understand the business and review growth and margins. Examine ROE beside debt and cash flow, and test the balance sheet. Follow free cash flow and dilution, and compare valuation with direct competitors. If a business passes this review, it has not earned an automatic buy. It has earned a place on your research list. Next, read management's discussion, study themature risks, and check recent 8K filings. Then understand the competitive advantage and consider what price offers a reasonable margin of safety. Fundamental analysis helps you decide what business may be worth owning. Technical analysis may help with price trends and risk management. Neither method removes uncertainty. The goal is not to predict the future perfectly. The goal is to avoid buying blindly. Before your next purchase, ask, is the business growing? Is it profitable? Can it manage its debt? Does it generate real cash? Are shareholders gaining value or being diluted? Is the price reasonable? These questions cannot make every investment successful, but they can make your decisions more disciplined and harder for hype to control. Which topic should we cover next? Financial estimates, valuation, cash flow, debt, or competitor analysis? Share your answer in the comments and subscribe for practical guidance on investing and the U.S. stock market.